Hello and welcome to another episode of Music Talk Thursday. I'm your host, BioMuse, and we are on episode 20 today. 20 weeks. That's crazy. It's almost like half a year already. It's kind of insane. But really cool. Happy to have you guys still here and hanging out with me and, listening to me chatting on Thursdays and singing on Mondays. So, first of all, I want to say I know that I told you guys about a movie that my friend was promoting at the In This Moment concert. The name of that movie was American Satan, and it is still in theaters. I got a cool sticker, really awesome. Of course, it was really funny because I was looking at the soundtrack today, which was amazing, love it, and it came out, of course, October 13th because the name like that. If you've got it on a year where you've got October 13th, Friday 13th, got to take advantage of that. Really like the movie. There was a band in there called the Relentless. I was trying to look up to see if they're actually a real band or not, and all I could find was like some Christian alt rock something. So didn't have a lot of time to look because, working today's kind of difficult. But really like the movie. The songs that were performed by the band in the movie, which was called The Relentless, were really awesome. Fun movie. I know the name's off-putting for a lot of people who are, anti-devil stuff, but it was a really interesting concept to see like the theories of like what people think, true rock and rollers are, us crazy metalheads, like you must be in league with the devil. It was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Recommend it. It's still out in theaters. Apparently, it's only in select theaters, and I don't know how much longer it's going to be out. But in Southern California anyway, I know it's playing at Universal at City Walk, which is where I got to see that. And then the other place is down in Orange. So if you guys are around, have the opportunity, definitely check it out. Another really cool song. There were some really awesome songs that were, just other backing tracks. And one of them was a cover of the song Freak on a Leash by Korn. It was done by a female vocalist and really slow. It was like perfect eerie Halloween cover, so I really enjoyed it a lot. And of course, the female vocalist singing dude songs is always fun for me to listen to because it gives me some ideas of, when I get to that point, things that I can do to kind of tweak a bit. So it's always good to draw inspiration there. Again, soundtrack put out through Sumerian Records, which I don't know. I've not been able to find it available for purchase as of this point. I see the picture of it, which is the same as the cover I just showed you guys on the sticker right here. And I can't find it for purchase. I can only find it on YouTube. So I'll probably post a couple links to a couple of songs in there, and then you guys can flip through and see the other things. But I could not find the cover of the Korn song online anywhere. I don't know who did the cover, and without going and watching the movie again and seeing the end credits, I'm having not a lot of luck. So if you guys find it, feel free to please let me know. But really cool, and if I can find it, I will post it for you guys to listen to because I thought it was pretty neat. Because I've already said it like 3 times. Really, really cool. So yeah, so that was interesting. This month, other than being the most awesome month for Halloween, is apparently National Bully Awareness Month. So I've been seeing a lot of really interesting commercials with that. If you guys are bored, go look up the Burger King bullying commercial. That was kind of funny. I'll just leave it at that. But I did see something really interesting that was more musically related, so I'm going to talk about that one. There's a guy online, his name is Brooks Gibbs, and I just watched, one of my friends posted it on Facebook, and basically he had this female telling her, say, call me an idiot, and then she's supposed to just continue on that, on that line, and he just initially responds the same way that most people respond. They get defensive. I'm like, no, I'm not an idiot. No, you're stupid or whatever, things like that. And then they stopped because as, the typical way that you would expect that to happen. But then he's like, all right, go ahead. We'll try this again. And this is in front of an audience. So he tells her, keep doing what you're doing. Don't let me stop you. You just keep going the bullying route. And the difference this time was his responses were more saying, no, I'm not, but then starting to say positive things about himself, but also saying positive things about the person bullying him to her face. And then he, of course, had to throw in like a sweetheart at the end. You know, of course, that's gonna, any female that, you know, is getting up at you, call her sweetheart, she's probably gonna want to beat you up. Helpful hints for you guys. Yeah, most, I don't know, me, don't like the word, don't like the phrasing princess. That's an airsoft story for another day. But anyway, so he keeps going and she doesn't really know how to respond because he's giving her compliments, even though she's saying, you know, calling him an idiot and all these things. And even if he compliments hers, like, thanks, but you're still stupid or things like that, then he breaks into song. He goes, I think, yeah, it was, isn't she lovely? And like just started doing that, and she just like, she couldn't respond. There's nothing you can do. So there you go. Music heals all, right? But it was a really interesting take on it. The video is called How to Stop a Bully or something like that. And the guy's name is Brooks Gibbs. So just thought that was fascinating. You know, a different take on things. And of course, when you infuse music into your life, everything just gets better, right? Definitely gets us through some tougher times. Also, and on that topic, I was talking to, you know, a friend of mine, because I've got a lot of musically inclined friends, and so we were talking about songs that make us feel better when we're angry. And some people, probably most normal people, myself not included in that list, would think that, hey, I'm feeling angry, I should listen to relaxing music. And that works just fine and totally great for a lot of people. Me, on the other hand, if I'm angry, I want to listen to angry music. So my top three, my only three that I listen to when I get really angry, helps calm me down because I sing along because I know all the words. Lots of bad words in all of them. So those are not going to be covers I'm going to be doing on Monday. Sorry. But so if you're also sensitive to profanity, don't listen to these songs. The ones I have are, first one is Slipknot. You know, got to start off with metal because it's where I am. A song called Spit It Out off their first album. Love Slipknot, a lot of fun. Also got to see a show right before they made it big, so that was my first metal concert ever. Super awesome, very memorable. Second song by The Offspring called Bad Habit. That's more of like a road rage, like, don't cut me off, I'll, you know, ... If you want to hear it, look it up. And then the other one, so we went from metal to like alternative rock. I'm gonna go right over to rap because, you know, rap's got some angry music. I'm gonna go back to a classic called Hit 'Em Up. Not Hit 'Em Up Part 2, that one's okay, but the first one, really awesome. It's basically super loaded with like every other words. F this and F that and F you and all that. So again, not good for sensitive ears, but definitely it makes me feel better when I'm singing it at the top of my lungs when I'm angry. Just, it's like a release. Some people like, you know, punching bags, screaming, but this is what does it for me. And then the other one I was talking to my friend about, is like, those are good ones, but have you heard this one? And there's a band called Snot, and the song name is Snot. And I listened to it, and it very much was reminiscent of the way the Slipknot song was. I don't know the words yet because I just heard about it a couple days ago, so I have not had a chance to look at the lyrics yet. But it definitely has that nice, angry, cathartic feel to it. So yeah, check those out if you guys need some ideas on what to listen to when you're angry. Speaking of which, kind of, you know, same vein, slightly different. I try to make it a little fluid. Some days it's a little, you know, better than others. But let's see. Sound problem. Let's see. If you guys are having, I just got a text message that there's some sound problems, but everything appears to be good on my end here. Let me just make sure I can still hear me there. So my mom is trying to log in and she's saying that she can't hear, but let me know if you guys can hear me. And oh, we're good now. Okay, cool. Great. Problem solved.
She can hear. But
it's good to have multiple modes of communication. So I know this sounds really, really silly, but sometimes we are human and we cannot do everything by ourselves. If you guys need help with things, cool. Thanks, Cecily, for checking in. Hi. Echoing. Let me put that volume down a little bit. Hopefully that's a little bit better now. That should be better now. Let me know. Cecily said there was a little bit of an echo there, but we should be okay now. If not, I will see what else I can tweak. So being human, we are not able to do everything by ourselves all the time. It's okay. It's what you have friends for, right? Thanks, Cecily. My simple advice to you, if you need help, if you even think you might need help, you know, ask for it, because the worst people can say is no. And I'm going to pause you guys for a second because I totally forgot I had my pizza in the oven, and I think I just, no, burned my pizza. Oh, well. That's okay. I'll just heat up more because I'm not going to get through the whole box anyway. If you need help, ask for it. Really, the worst someone can say is no. And how bad is that? I mean, I know there's people that have rejection issues, but really, if you need help, you're already feeling kind of down anyway. So, I mean, really can't get that much worse. So just ask for help. Most of the time, you'll probably be surprised. So there, take that. And also, I would like to thank my friends and one of my coworkers because they try to make sure that I actually eat food, because I've been very bad about eating real food. It's kind of like, oh, it's okay. I'll just, you know, I'm not cooking for anybody, so I'll just have my cereal. And so I eat cereal for most meals. But in the last couple of weeks, I've had people, make sure you bring food. We're going to go out to eat for lunch today if you don't bring food because you need food. Or, you know, friends coming over to visit, and therefore, if they're here, I'll cook. I love cooking. It's just doing it for myself. I just can't do. I need to work on, you know, doing things for myself. I'm really bad about that. I preach it to you guys, but I gotta, you know, take my own advice sometimes. Hard stuff to do. But I want to thank my friends that are forcing me into eating real food. So thank you guys. My parents appreciate you, as do I. Vocal training. I had a week or two skip from my vocal lessons with the lady that I'm doing backing vocals for. And because she was out of town doing some shows, and I couldn't take days off work to go to San Francisco, unfortunately. But that being said, I had another vocal lesson this past Tuesday. It went awesome. It's getting better all the time, apparently. So I'm doing better with the projection stuff. And which, you know, as I've mentioned before, is one of the things I've got a really big issue with, especially when I'm talking. When I speak with people, I get the question, huh? What? What'd you say? Could you repeat that? I just don't speak very loudly. I sing loudly. Songs that are stronger, so like my Nightwish songs are more opera that I have to push out to get out of my mouth when I'm singing. But when I'm just talking, and I try, with you guys, I project a lot more. I talk, actually didn't pay attention to this. I talk a lot louder here with you guys than I do if somebody's right in front of my face, be like, hey, how are you doing today? So this is good because the projecting is coming along. So I just got an email for my signature pages for America's Got Talent. It's coming up February 3rd. So there was an email a couple days ago for me to sign paperwork, which is really cool because you can electronic sign. That way I can just go there and make the process easier when I get there. But they also, I got an email today or yesterday, that they added a new date. So for those of you who are in Northern California, if you were wanting to try out, you won't have to travel far. Just sign up and go to the one up in Northern California. I don't know what the date was, but it was, you know, should be coming up within the beginning of the year time frame. So check it out for my singers, acrobats, dancers, every skill of fire eaters. You know, if you got a skill, utilize it. Get on the show. Be cool. Maybe I'll see you there. And I've been getting feedback mostly from my dad, because he's very judgy when it comes to my music stuff. So it's good to have somebody that'll sit there and say, like, you know, that you shouldn't do that. I was like, okay, thanks, Dad. And I have other friends that will do that as well, but I've definitely gotten a lot of very positive feedback on anything I do by Within Temptation, Nightwish, and the Flyleaf song that I did this past Monday, the song called All Around Me. I got really good feedback on that one. So these are all things that I'm adding on my potentials list for the show that I would like to have nailed down at least by December, so I have like a good solid month and a half to 2 months to actually practice my songs. So I know which song I'm singing the second I get up and actually start singing, because, you know, it's always good to be prepared when you're able. And I definitely have enough time, so there's no excuses this time around. And then I've got a question I'm going to ask you guys, and I'll give you a few minutes to think about it while I talk about some other stuff. So I'm going to give you a list of performers and ask you what you believe they have in common. It's a long, varied list. And I figure I had to add all these names in because I wanted to make sure that I covered a very wide range to, you know, and I don't want to make it easy like, oh, they were all made popular in the 90s. No, this is much broader than that. Different genres, different years. So what do the following musical acts have in common? Sheryl Crow, Pat Benatar, Backstreet Boys, Bob Dylan, MC Hammer, and Missy Elliott. What do those people have in common? I'm going to read that list off to you guys one more time, talk about some other stuff, and I'll see if I get any feedback in the chat. Sheryl Crow, Pat Benatar, Backstreet Boys, Bob Dylan, MC Hammer, and Missy Elliott. So what do those performers have in common? While you're thinking about that, I have to mention my vet tech thing for the day. I saw a video today, and there's a mention that the average, it's assumed that the average veterinary technician, licensed, registered, certified veterinary technician, has been, sorry for dog this, has a 5-year shelf life. 5 years. Now let's think about this. Minimum 2 years of schooling. There are some 4-year vet programs as well. 2 to 4 years of schooling for a career that you keep on average 5 years. It is not functional. It's not a good thing. A big factor in this, obviously, which was not mentioned in the video, was pay is just terrible, hours are terrible. But most of it was geared towards burnout. And it's it's not compacted. It's made worse by the fact that the pay is awful and the hours are horrible. In human medicine, the hours are horrible, and you go through a lot of same things, compassion fatigue, burnout, things like that. And yes, those are two separate things. But at least the pay in human medicine is better. A lot of veterinary technicians and veterinary assistants are shifting over toward human medicine because the pay is better. So even though they're suffering, at least they get paid more for their suffering. So be nice to your vet techs, be nice to your vet assistants, be nice to your nurses as well. People, medical professionals go through a lot of, not so fun stuff as well. But hug your vet tech today. Anyway, but yeah, 5 years, that's insane. I've been in the field I think this is year 16 for me. So I'm outside the range. I'm like on the high end of that bell curve there. And Syra, new album. I know I told you guys Monday I'd listen to the other half. I have not had the opportunity yet. This week has been insane. But here is the booklet that came with the CD. I'm still waiting for my record and tote bag and my fan club stuff. But as soon as I get that, you guys will be here for the unboxing. But this, I just couldn't wait. I got so excited, like, I need to go get my CD now. I need to listen to it now. So old school, looks like handwritten lyrics. Of course they're not. They're all typed and everything. But it's nice having lyrics in hand. And the smell of this has not changed. These things smell the same as they have since CDs were first created. since they first started having inserts that smell. I love it every time. And I got a t-shirt. Let me see if this is it. There we go. I'll back up so you guys can see the whole thing. So this is my Syra t-shirt that I ordered to go along with the CD. Very cool. I like it. There were 2 designs. I like that one better. I wasn't going to buy 2. I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy. So there are those things for you. The first half of the album, which I've listened to, I love it. I am definitely going to say there are going to be some haters out there because you're expecting it to be super metal, like heavy. Definitely amazing riffs in there with the guitar. Everything sounds really good. The vocals I like a lot because, number one, they sound good, but also it's cool because with In Flames, I could only sing a few songs, you know, a few parts of a few songs because it's the more melodic part, not like a which you can't do. But with these, the vocals are smooth. So once we start getting some instrumentals up and online, I might be able to cover some Syra songs for you, and it shouldn't, hopefully, shouldn't sound too horrible. So I hope you guys get a chance to listen to some of their stuff. But I know that the first 2 singles that they released, the 2 singles that they released before the album came out were definitely more heavy. The other ones, they're not, I wouldn't consider them quite ballads, but they're definitely softer. But definitely sound really awesome. I like them. And then my Halloween thing for the day, because, you know, this is the last Thursday Halloween, last words work. Okay, last Music Talk Thursday episode before Halloween. Got one more music one on Monday. But Halloween is next Tuesday for my American people and whatever other countries celebrate Halloween. But yeah, so this is my cool little tree guy. I love clearance items. So much more rewarding. So there's that. And then shows coming up this weekend. On Friday, again, local Los Angeles area. I've heard of Save Ferris, but they're playing with 2 other bands that I have not heard of, but I ate pancakes this week, so one of the names caught me. Save Ferris is playing with bands called Stacked Like Pancakes and Papa Fish. And it's going to be at the Regent Theater. That's Friday, tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Yes. Because Fridays are now my Fridays for a while, which is nice. Saturday, Lynch Mob. For all you George Lynch fans, go check that out. Saturday, playing with POD and a bunch of other bands I've never heard of at the Pico Rivera Sports Arena. So it looks like it's going to be another festival thing because I think that one said it started at noon or something like that. And then on Sunday, had to bring this one up, B-52s with a bunch of other bands at the Port of Los Angeles at Berth 46. B-52s is really funny because my bass player from Lab 154 and I did this one time just for fun. Everybody always says that he would do that really well, so we did it one day, and he sounds dead on like that guy from singing Love Shack in the B-52s. He just accentuates it perfectly. So it was fun, you know. So I saw them playing, so I'm like, hey, I gotta mention that. And shout out to Mike. You know, good stuff there. Hi, Mike. Hi, guys. Miss my bandmates over there. All right, so I covered all my topics today. Just wanted to run through my list and make sure because there's lots of stuff on there today. I always write out all my topics because my brain don't work too well and I forget things a lot of times. So we're gonna go ahead and go back to that question I asked you earlier. So haven't gotten any responses back, but I know some people are just listening in the background, which is totally cool. Still appreciate you guys being here. So the question I asked earlier was, what do the following musical acts have in common? Sheryl Crow, Pat Benatar, Backstreet Boys, Bob Dylan, MC Hammer, and Missy Elliott. What do all those people have in common? Read the list one more time, just because it looks like I have a couple more people that are on now that were not on earlier. That way it gives the lag time chance to catch up and maybe answer before I reveal the answer. Sheryl Crow, Pat Benatar, Backstreet Boys, Bob Dylan, MC Hammer, and Missy Elliott. What do all those have in common? if you haven't guessed it yet, according to Billboard and their awesome video page, there's a lot of other bands and musicians that made it on this list, but surprising artists that have never had a Hot 100 #1 hit. Those were the most surprising to me on that list. So these are all people that have had songs that we know. Like other bands on the list were like En Vogue, Nicki Minaj. You know, there's a lot of Nicki Minaj fans out there as well. Like all these people that you're like, wow, really? Because I know their songs so well and these songs are so popular. And I know none of them had a #1 hit on the Hot 100, according to Billboard. So interesting little factoids. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. If you have not already done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Help me get up to 100 subscribers. I checked today, I'm up to 18. Yay. Getting closer all the time. And so getting better all the time, getting closer all the time. Beatles always running in the back of my head. So thank you guys again so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend, and then go to some shows, go to some awesome Halloween events. What are you guys doing for Halloween? That was my other question. Is anybody doing anything fun for Halloween? Got some plans? Do you have, I would like to know, either today or next Thursday, do you have any Halloween rituals? Is there a specific soundtrack you like to play, a specific song, specific movie that you like to watch? Let me know. And then we'll go ahead and review those next Thursday. I'll go ahead and let you guys know what mine are if I can think of anything I do every Halloween. I used to do a haunted house, haunted walkthrough every year for the last several years, but I'm not in a house right now. And I don't know how this thing works in smaller areas. So we'll find out. It'll be fun. Halloween is always fun, no matter what. I will eat lots of candy because I always buy the good candy because I end up eating most of it anyway. And some baked goods, you know. But other than that, Halloween's on Tuesday. I'm excited. So Halloween rituals, what do you guys do? I want to know. Put it down in the comments below or come back next Thursday and let me know what you usually do and if you stuck with your routines. All right. See you guys on Monday for some Monday night music at 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and same for some chat on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Hope that you guys have a fantastic night. Have a fantastic weekend. Eat some dinner. Hopefully my pizza's not burned. Maybe I can have some of that before I go on with the rest of my evening. Otherwise, have a great night, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.